Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of June 2nd, 2024. I'm Caleb Black, along with Luke the Big Dog Williams, our in-studio editor, the Big Bad John. We've also got our in-studio correspondent, Sweet Tea, and Special K, a.k.a. the professional in the house. And we got a lot to talk about this week.
Sounds good, too, yeah.
Luke! How was your week? How's your Sunday? What's happening?
Hey, man, I'm ready, dude. Been a big week. Been huge implications on NXT. I can't wait to talk about it. Also, we've also got our memes, and we're going to do something new today. We're going to react to internet videos. You guys get to watch along with us. Those videos are owned by those people. Their addresses and stuff are in the comments.
Yes.
Please go on there, give them a like. It'd be really cool if you did that.
And don't forget, if you haven't liked the stream yet, hop on down, hit that like button for us. Every like helps. Every subscription helps. Every single time you guys tune in, it helps. And we're happy to help you by providing Pro Wrestling Throwdown content week in and week out. Big Bad John, how was your week? How's your Sunday? How we feeling? Tell me something good.
My week's been good. My Sunday's going great. And I'm happy and excited. We got a lot of stuff.
Yes, we do. Big Bad John spoke.
He didn't just speak. He fucking
spoke.
spoke.
God damn it, I'm loving it.
It's almost like spook.
Professional, Sweet Tea, tell me about it. How was your week? How's your Sunday? What's happening, ladies? All right. Well, everybody's week was good. Everybody's Sunday's shaping up. We got
Tease was aight.
It was aight. But you know what? Eight's better than not aight.
It's true.
Eight's definitely better than bad.
Well, I was, off house sitting with a really vicious pit bull that kept giving me love.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just died.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Hey, kids.
That's not the vicious pit bull. Don't point at him.
Yeah. I'm a lovable German Shepherd.
You were a shit suit best, sir.
Heavy on the shit.
Not so much
light
on
on
the
sue. Can't have too much sue in my shit now. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Well, we got a
give
lot
me
to talk
cream
about.
or something for that.
Rolling out some new segments.
Yes.
It's been a crazy week. Eminem dropped a new single.
Yeah, the Death of Slim Shady album getting ready to come out.
He dropped a new single,
That
yes,
was
like 2
interesting.
days ago?
Yeah.
World's getting crazy. Wrestling's popular, and so is Eminem.
Yeah.
It's like 2000 all over again.
They announced the new Lord of the Rings trilogy.
They did. Yeah.
With
Oh my God,
Andy
2000 again.
Serkis, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're also
I'm wearing big Jinko jeans,
for
and you've got your Ray-Bans on.
For a limited release this month, for all you other nerds, they are doing the original trilogy, the director's cut, the full versions in theater, the first time ever in a theatrical release. Limited runs this month, so check that out. If you're a nerd like me, I'll be there. I love Lord of the Rings.
Netflix has Godzilla -1.
I watched it yesterday. It was incredible.
I noticed that
It was a
last
fucking
night. Put it in my
masterpiece.
list.
It
I
was a
haven't got to see it
masterpiece.
yet, but we're going to check it out.
Speaking of masterpieces, let's get into some of these top tier wrestling stories.
All right, hit us
bud.
with our first story, Johnny.
What a shock!
What a sad one.
To the wrestling world, Becky Lynch, the man, the WWE's top grossing at one time, not only female wrestler, but wrestler overall, is now a free agent.
Becky is now Rebecca No Belts.
Rebecca No Belts. Rebecca Quinn, hashtag No Belts.
Well, Quinn Lopez, because, you know.
Yeah, she's married to,
She's just now
she's married to Seth.
Rollins'
married to Kobe.
Colby.
Colby.
What's up, Colby? Even Tyler was bad. Colby's just... Anyways, yes, they let her become a free agent. How stupid can somebody be?
Well, now, hold on. You're saying let. We don't know if they were offering money. We don't know what the contracts were offered. She may just personally want to take a step away. Don't forget, she's done film. She's done some acting parts here and there. Maybe she wants to explore that as an option. And also, they do have a baby at home.
Well, Seth's recuperating on major knee surgery, so he's going to be out a little while.
And the story right now
but they could have at least signed her to some kind of a deal to keep her from going somewhere else.
Or maybe she's not entertaining anything else. Maybe she just wants to spend some time with her family.
Or she's going to TNA to be the mystery opponent for what we're going to talk about later.
That's also a possibility. The point is that
could you imagine? Here comes Rebecca Quinn
for the
first fucking time
for the
ever.
first time in
WWE history.
what, the last 10 years since NXT?
Yeah.
First time in 10 years, Becky Lynch is not a full-time roster member.
No, you are correct.
That's
yes.
crazy. Not only is Becky Lynch not a full-time roster member,
she's not contracted at all.
she's not anywhere.
Yeah.
She's not in talks with AEW. She's not in talks with Stardom or New Japan. That we know of.
Yeah.
Nothing's been made public, but as far as we know...
Well, think about it. Bayley is the only horsewoman left.
Charlotte's still signed.
Charlotte's knee
She's on the injured list.
It's not recuperating the right way though.
Mercedes,
she's cut all of her hair off.
Mercedes Moné is over to AEW.
Yeah.
You're right. The only active member of the Four Horsewomen is Bayley.
Did you see the cake? Did you see the cake?
I saw the cake.
We'll talk about it when we get to that.
Cake. Trust me, we'll get into
But
all
also,
cake.
we're going to get into other
Mercedes
departures, too, that I have later on in the list. I just wanted to focus on our main story, because obviously, you just let the most popular...
At least her book is doing good, says Derek, and he's right.
Yeah. Well, she'll get to sit back and rest a little bit. It's cool.
And, maybe she's got some nagging injury. She gets to heal up, spend some time with her kid.
The cage match was great. Storyline was great.
Good for Becky.
Yes.
If this is the last, then I very highly doubt that it's the last we see of Becky Lynch. But you can't look back on her career and be like, it really wasn't worth much. First woman to main event of WrestleMania, winning both world titles in the same match.
Against Ronda Rousey.
First woman to main event an NXT pay-per-view. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. That was Bayley and Sasha.
Yes.
Or no,
yes.
Bayley and Charlotte.
Bayley and Sasha.
Was it Bayley and Sasha?
And TakeOver.
Yeah. Either way.
Brooklyn.
First woman to main event of WrestleMania had more women's titles at WrestleManias than even Trish Stratus had.
Yeah.
I mean... Want to talk about a storied career? She's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, 100%.
Crazy representative for not only...
her and Seth.
Yeah. And
first
also
round Hall of Famers.
An ambassador for the European wrestling circuit. I mean...
TV
what better do you get than Rebecca
She
Quinn,
was in...
Becky Lynch?
Who'd she play? Cyndi Lauper in the Young Rock show?
Yeah, Cyndi Lauper.
I mean, she reached out to say that she can act. Mm-hmm. We know she can act.
Yeah.
And look at that face.
She was also in...
She could be the face... here, this is what I want. Let her play the mother from Brave or whatever, with the girl with the red hair. The cartoon. They're going to do a live action one. Throw her ass in the mix.
Hey, you know what, though? Looking at her, you know who else she could play in, like, a wrestling context? She looks like Mae Young. Young Mae Young.
Well, she was supposed to play somebody in the upcoming biopic for Mildred Burke, and when they hired somebody from AEW, they pulled him.
Yeah.
Vince pulled him. Now, Naomi is still in the movie.
Yes.
She's going to be playing a...
who's
she going to be playing, do you remember?
Ethel Johnson.
Ethel Johnson. So is that fine-ass Tony Storm.
Oh, God.
Just a fucking carriage house.
Hit us with the next one, please. All right, let's get into it.
AEW Double or Nothing, and boy, oh boy, was this a show. Let me preface this by, before we get into the show, while it was happening, we were also celebrating Sweet Tea's birthday, and in the middle of a massive tornado that hit our area. We only lost one match, which is the most apropos one to lose, because the only match we didn't get to see during a storm was Tony Storm's match.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they would come back and do a fucking Trent and Orange Cassidy match.
There is some things that took place during this show that we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
A.e. the injury that took place, but we will go over our points and stuff and outcomes.
Just to quickly review order, and actually I'll start from this page because it goes a little bit better. The Acclaimed, with Daddy Ass, defeated Brian Cage.
Now, this was on 0 Hour.
Yeah, but we counted
the pre-show. Yeah, we did count it, but it was on the pre-show.
Deonna Purrazzo did defeat Thunder Rosa. The Big Bang Gang defeated Death Triangle, which is awful.
I just don't know.
Hate it.
I just don't know what they were thinking.
It's a trios title. You got one of the best six-man tags in a legitimate brother tag team and a legitimate... Despite the fact that Pac's a high flyer, he's a legitimate badass. He's a legitimate shooter.
We talked about this off screen, and I got to thinking, maybe they're too worried about Pac's on-again, off-again work visa problems.
Well, and that also...
that they don't want to put the belt on him and get pigeonholed and not being able to take it from him.
Injury-prone as Ray Phoenix has been in the last year.
And
I could see those as concerns as well.
Zero just come back, bro. Penta just come back.
But still, you've got the best, arguably... Hey, Dad!
What's up, Mr. T?
You've got the best, arguably, fucking six-man tag in all of six-man tagdom.
Yeah.
Sans the fucking Freebirds.
Yep.
Quite possibly the greatest
I was thinking the same thing,
tag ever. Maybe the Dudleys could be an argument.
Well, we can throw the Dudleys in there with Spike.
But you've got them. You've got a trios tag. You've got a throw-together team that, well, not really thrown together. They're the Bullet Club, the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah.
Where you can get a domestic win for your three-man tag, and you keep it on those guys. I don't get it. But whatever, that's what happened. I don't have billions of dollars to pay the bills with, so fuck them. Big Bang Gang wins. Orange Cassidy defeated Trent. In other words, who gives a shit?
I didn't actually get to see that one. That one was blipping as well.
No, that was actually a pretty good match. Cassidy.
She watched it, and she says that Cassidy put on a hell of a performance.
He didn't do the whole gimmicky, put my hands in the pocket shit, act like I don't give a crap. He actually
fought.
wrestled.
Finally.
I just don't.
He was gonna try.
I don't get it. I'm sure he did. Moxley defeated Takeshita in the Eliminator match.
I could have cared less about this match.
Again, if you're going to host an Eliminator match for a shot at the title against the champion,
let's make sure they matter.
Well, let's fucking let the guy who's placing for the title shot win so you can come back to it. Now, if you wanted to run Takeshita and Moxley too, you can't. And it certainly can't be for the belt, and it can't be for another shot at the belt, because Moxley also has obligations in New Japan. This was a throwaway match for both of these guys. And look, despite my criticisms of Moxley, Takeshita's a fucking great worker.
Yeah, Takeshita's great.
You could have gone back to fucking Japan on one of their one-off shows, because we're getting ready for the G1, so that's where the big focus is going to be. You could have gone back with a one-off main event with Takeshita and Moxley for the IWGP
very well could
title.
have, yes.
You would have got the AEW fans. By the way, for anyone not paying attention, since Moxley's been, and this is no joke, IWGP World Champion, NJPW World has lost almost 40,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But no, please continue to tell me that Moxley, who again, great worker in his own right, is the right guy to be the IWGP World Champion during the biggest unification in Japanese wrestling history. UJPW rolled out last month. They're already working in tandem, and they've got an AEW guy carrying their belts on Wednesday Night TV, which should be great exposure. So why the fuck are we losing viewers and losing fucking membership, and people in New Japan is struggling right now to draw tickets? It's almost like, hear me out, it was the wrong fucking call.
Yeah,
but I don't
100%.
know. I don't book nothing. Don't ask me. I don't know.
John Moxley bled. John Moxley wins.
Yeah, there you go. Chris Jericho defeated Shibata and Hook. Jericho actually did great in this match.
The match was actually pretty
Jericho
decent.
looked good. The over...
Hook is expected to sign with NXT at the end of his deal, which is up in August?
Yeah.
September?
Oh, that's cool.
And while being critical of Jericho's later life work, this particular run of the over-the-top WWE superstar and AEW gimmick, the Learning Tree, it's gonna work because it's getting him over as a
So
heel.
I got a question about this whole Learning Tree thing. We have Bill sitting under the tree, big Cass.
Yep.
Not Ricky Starks because he's hurt.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're going to get someone else added to the tree?
Well, somebody was on Dynamite, but I can't remember who it was.
Do you think we're going to get a female added underneath this tree?
One, Moxley bleeds, Moxley wins. We can establish that.
Yeah. Thanks, Derek.
Wrestler Observer News.
Yeah.
It's fucking Meltzer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking great. When Moxley bleeds, Moxley wins.
Maybe get one underneath the Learning Tree like he did a couple years back.
Would you stop that? Stop that right now.
She doesn't smile anymore, Caleb. She
Stop
doesn't
that.
smile anymore.
Quit it.
She's not as happy.
Quit it. Stop that.
She shows up to shows
you know
now.
Who would be like a good addition if they wanted to build a real legitimate stable of young people?
Kylie Ray.
Stop that. Damn you.
No. You're welcome. No.
If you were to turn Mariah May against Toni Storm,
or maybe Julia Hart.
Oh yeah, well,
I mean, we're getting
is she still with the House of Black?
Well, we got the dissolution of the House of Black,
that's true.
or so we think now.
Mercedes is a little too big. Willow Nightingale, like big as a superstar. Willow Nightingale's
Anna
already got
Jay?
a group.
Anna Jay's back.
I could do Anna Jay.
Soon enough,
Statlander?
Statlander is with Hathaway now.
Oh, okay.
They turned on Willow tonight in this thing we're about to talk about. Yeah.
Let me think of at least Serena Deeb. She's not really doing, but she's not young anymore. She's kind of a vet. I don't know. I think
Diamante maybe. Somebody that's got throw Thunder Rosa under there.
Deonna Purrazzo.
That would work.
Still young. She's got some experience. She could join it as a woman from another company as well.
Yep.
She's worked in TNA. She's worked in WWE.
Somebody from the Ring of Honor brand that they have. I mean, it could be anybody.
Ember Moon. Well,
no,
no,
she's hurt. Athena's been hurt for a little while.
But keep Athena out of that.
Yeah, keep her straight. Yeah.
Who's the current Ring of Honor Women's Champion? Anyone know?
Athena.
Is it Ember Moon?
Yeah, she's just hurt. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Athena. I keep doing that. But...
Hey, Ember Moon is how a lot of people. Who's
anyway,
this?
Back to.
I know Jack about wrestling after 2005, but hi, Caleb.
What up, man? Or woman? Or person?
From Framinsky?
Framsky?
Oh,
Colin Fram! What's up, baby boy?
Oh, okay.
Colin's one of my theater buddies. We play Farkle a lot. By the way, we gotta get a Farkle game going soon.
I like
you and me, Fram.
I love Farkle.
Oh yeah, we do it on an app.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Fram's my dude.
Might get a hold of him for Pro Wrestling Throwdown plays.
Hell yeah! Hey, welcome to the channel. Thank you for
welcome.
subscribing. Fucking welcome to the show. All right, back to Jericho. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Jericho wins.
My favorite match of the night was the Edge and Malachi Black barbed wire steel cage match.
A barbed wire cage match was done fantastically.
I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but here's what I'll tell you. Inside the ring, it felt and looked like a fight. They beat the piss out of each other. They had some cool spots. They utilized the barbed wire. They utilized the cage. When they got outside, we got some fanfare. We got fucking Brody Lee. We got Buddy Murphy. We got Gangrel.
Yeah, we got Gangrel.
Gangrel came out from underneath the ring.
Super cool.
Helped Adam Copeland win. Like, I'm sorry if you didn't like it, but you should have, because that was just fun, good, hard-hitting wrestling.
It really was.
That got fun and stupid at the end of it, and that's totally fucking okay. AEW taught me one thing, and I was thinking about this super hard over the weekend. I am the biggest Undertaker guy on the planet.
Yeah, you are.
Right? And you've pointed this out before.
A lot of times.
I'll criticize spooky shit, and you'll be like, your favorite wrestler was a zombie who shot lightning bolts from his ass.
Yeah, he was a guy that was dead but wasn't.
Right.
But was dead again.
But that has made me even realize the error of my ways.
Did
because
it?
I've been, yes, listen, hear me out.
Okay.
While outside of the Undertaker, I've always
You have my attention.
I've always loved more grounded in what people would consider more realistic types of wrestling.
So like Papa Shango.
No. But if you can appreciate wrestling in which it's presented in its own vacuum,
Yeah.
then it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, the WWE is doing great work right now where they're sort of super grounded and they've got great work. But you also have to believe, and like no detriment to their physical styles, but you have to believe that a guy like Gunther can really chop somebody down to size just
100%.
by hitting them in the chest.
100%.
Now, do you think that in real life chops work in fights? Have you been hit that hard in the chest?
Depends.
The chop?
Yeah.
But in the vacuum of pro wrestling, Gunther's a fucking hard ass. In the vacuum of pro wrestling, it is believable that I could hit somebody in the head with a steel chair and they walk it off and they come back fighting. In the vacuum of pro wrestling, it's believable that a guy like The Undertaker can come out of nowhere from a burning casket after having been buried alive by his brother and come back and rule ass. So in this vacuum of AEW, specifically with
Sting
Adam
broke
Copeland,
a bone in the back of his
he
neck.
came back to whoop all three.
Yeah, he did.
They
whoop Canyon in Memphis.
But the idea that Gangrel could come out of nowhere, right?
Yes.
Believable. Why? He's a vampire.
He's a vampire.
He's a vampire. And
Why wouldn't he be under the ring?
We accepted forever that vampires have supernatural powers.
Him and fucking Hornswoggle hang out under there.
To
That's how
that
it
end,
works.
you also have to believe that Adam Copeland himself was a vampire once.
He was.
In the vacuum of pro wrestling.
Hold on. Have you seen Christian's gimmick now? The patriarch where he wears.
Where he's just
what does he
murdering
wear? What does he wear?
black.
With a turtleneck to hide his
Christian's in on
toes.
it. Christian's won too.
Right there it is. That's why -1 won't accept the challenge. He's not a fan of undead things.
Is that why he always has garlic with him?
That's because he always. Never mind. Not going
That's
there.
right.
Stop myself.
Anyway.
Don't let me do
but
that
yes,
again, Caleb.
Copeland Malachi Black was a badass fucking match.
Fantastic
One of my
edge continues.
Probably AEW's best cage match to date.
It was the only match I paid attention to.
It was the only. I mean, for me, it was the best one. It was fun.
It was. It was great.
Wolfie says, "Hey y'all, how's it going? Just got done eating dinner at Texas Roadhouse. Glad I'm here. What's up, Wolfie?" Derek says, "Copeland versus Malachi Black, definitely a Smash Mouth slugfest banger."
100%.
Absolutely right. All right, moving on from that, Ospreay and Roddy for the International Championship happened. It was a good match.
It is exactly what you thought it was.
It was a good athletic match.
Yes.
Where Ospreay won. There wasn't anything wrong with it.
Roddy did his job. Ospreay got to do. Billy got to do his stuff. Here's the deal. Bill Osby, new
international champion.
100%.
And the thing about Roddy, like, because I've been critical of Roddy before, is that it's not that what he does in the ring is bad, because everything he does is technically beautiful. The guy himself just lacks charisma. It's like
he's the Johnny Gargano.
It's like Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano, technically speaking, is phenomenal.
He's a hell of a worker.
But entertaining and being a hell of a worker, that's
two
where
different
that disconnect
things.
is. And Roddy, for me, just
he tries to be too much like Shawn Michaels.
you want
Johnny
like,
Gargano.
You want like a 4-star match that you know you can't go wrong with. You book your guy against Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
You want a solid classic in-ring match. You book him against Roddy.
Yeah, 100%.
You want a match where people are going to go, holy shit, that was fucking great in AEW. Yep. You know, if Omega's available, book it with fucking Omega or Danielson.
Yeah.
Then you get that nice crossover point. What's up, Wolfie? Says Derek. Tony Storm, the match we fucking missed, successfully defended her women's
I
championship.
went back,
against
watched
Serena
clips.
Deeb.
Pretty good match.
Tony Storm's great. Doesn't matter what she does.
I love the black and white gimmick. I love all that stuff. It's fantastic.
The classic woman of wrestling, the 1950s pinup. It works. She gets it over so, like, when she first started it, because we talked about here on the show, like, we didn't really know if it was going to work.
Yeah.
It works.
It does.
She is single-handedly pioneering a very specific niche of gimmick wrestling that's been long gone.
She actually looks exactly like the character she plays in Queen of
Yeah.
the Ring, Clara Morrison.
And here's the
Derek
thing.
says Roderick Strong beginning to be a great draw.
He is. And again, he's a hell of a hand. You could put him in a match with anybody. It's
You
just...
throw Adam Cole in there, but you have to have Roddy in there because Adam Cole can't get cleared.
True, yeah.
He can't get cleared. Roddy is the next best step you have.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Kyle O'Reilly is out.
No, O'Reilly just wrestled Ospreay on Wednesday.
I mean, he's not in the group.
Oh, you
So
mean
if
like
he's not in the
Undisputed
group,
Kingdom,
Roddy's
whatever
all
they are.
you have
Yeah,
that is of any interest to me. I love Bennett
yeah.
and the
Oh,
Kingdom.
Can
but
we talk about fucking Matt Bennett almost killing himself and Will Ospreay along with him? When they go to do that fucking clothesline of doom outside of the ring and over the ropes.
Yeah, that didn't work
and
out.
Bennett hits the rope, misses. He comes down on his head, hits Ospreay just enough for Ospreay to take a bump. He comes down on his head. The guy holding Ospreay up went down on his head.
Yep.
Matt Taven. In one fell swoop, they almost broke 3 different talents' necks by fucking up a move.
Yeah, and Darby Allin hadn't come to the ring yet. That's the crazy part.
Wow.
That's what the
Anyway,
next
Tony
one-
Storm won.
Not you,
No.
Johnny. Not you. Sorry
Mercedes
about that, brother.
Moné wins the TBS championship from Willow Nightingale.
Terrible. Terrible match.
It was a great match.
You can see the rust, folks.
It was a good match. Well, it's not like she hasn't been wrestling. She's been wrestling in Japan this whole time. The only thing I will say about the match for me that was bad was the finish. But that is because the finish that she's trying to use, Willow is just too big to take.
Yes.
And with that being said,
Also, the pacing was off. Bad.
it was a little, in the beginning it was for sure, but they picked it up. Because we're talking about the same thing when it comes to Christian and Swerve too. The pacing started off slow, and then they really got into it. But with that match, man, as soon as they got the momentum and Mercedes was in the right spot, that finish, if you can't hit that finish, do something. Put her in a fucking submission. Something other than make yourself look bad, because she still had to pin her. She still had to put her over.
She looked like she was lost.
And the momentum fell flat with that finish. But either way, biggest star in wrestling today, one of the biggest stars, biggest women's wrestler, most highly paid women's wrestler right now. Jordan Grace coming up close. We're
We're going to talk about that here in a few, yeah.
But Mercedes Moné is now a TBS champion, which means that all 3 major acquisitions in the past 2 months, Mercedes Moné, Okada, and Ospreay, all 3 major money players, all 3 champions.
Truth.
That quick.
Here's the deal. I don't disagree with everything that you're saying.
Sure.
I think that it was sloppy.
Yeah.
I think that Willow deserved better. I think that Mercedes Moné's injury is not completely 100%, and I think maybe that's why the timing was off.
Could be.
I just thought the match really, for what it should have been, wasn't what I needed it to be.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
That's
For
a
my
completely
taste.
fair-
For
no,
my
that's
taste.
a completely fair assessment.
I really do appreciate that she's over there and still working.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Sasha Banks is Sasha Banks regardless. I have a hard time calling her Mercedes. And Sasha Banks is a fucking amazing athlete.
Yeah.
She's going to do wonderful things if you can keep her healthy.
Yeah.
But you got to keep her healthy because AEW style and WWE style and NJPW style are all 3 different styles.
And that was the point I was going to follow up with. Not only healthy, but like competitively healthy.
Yeah. That's
because of the style they wrestle in AEW, I completely agree.
Yeah.
She has to adapt and stay healthy and stay physically intact. But she'll also be like a marquee player where she only defends the TBS title on pay-per-views for a while.
Right.
Which is fine, but if that's how you want to use her, if you want to build her like that kind of star, make sure she's working. Make sure she's working out.
Agreed.
Make sure that she's ready for that next match, because if those matches only happen in 2 months at a time and you're just getting cardio at the gym, you're going to see what we saw out of her with Willow.
Yep.
And it's going to look rusty. It's going to look off. All that I
It was
completely
off.
agree with.
It was off. 100%
Yeah, I agree.
off.
Yeah, no disagreements here.
Not what I expected for a match that was built.
Yeah. Swerve and
I
Christian.
also expected more of a build, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did what they could, and I think the month they had TV
Well,
time.
but they counted on people
Yeah.
being 100% sure that they knew the history between Willow and Mercedes, and
Hey,
not everybody that watches AEW watches NJPW.
No. But also, like, talk about, though, how great the video packages were for this show. Every single
Good.
match
They
had a
were
video
good.
package.
Yep.
Every single match had
Short.
a production.
Short and to the point.
Yeah. We go into the semi-main event with Swerve and Christian for the world title.
Everything I wanted to be.
Now, I'm not... Now, see, that's where we disagree, because I thought the match started out real slow.
It did start out slow.
But, so like that, in that vacuum conversation, I expected them, because it felt to me the way they were building it was like a blood feud. Christian was attacking Swerve at every turn, so I felt like maybe they should start out just fighting. But Christian did what Christian does best. He took a situation, made it work, make it methodical. I was bored for the first 15 minutes. I even said that audibly multiple times. And if you go back to my Twitter feed, you'll see where I tweeted, all right, this match isn't for me. Well, and then 20 minutes later, I was like, never mind, they got me.
Yeah.
And that's what Christian does best. Christian worked a main event match, made you work for the fucking build.
It's gotta be champion before long, man.
But Swerve got that momentum. Swerve proves you a champion.
Yep.
Hitting that fucking finishing kick on the run in mid fucking air. Clean and with a clean pin.
Yeah.
Hit it one time.
Clean
pin on Christian. 1, 2, 3. Swerve Strickland's still your world champion. My biggest thing here is my biggest thing with Swerve the whole time. Make him feel like a world champion. He just defeated a former WWE superstar, former WWE world champion, former TNA world champion, former NWA world champion, WWE Hall of
World
Famer.
Heavyweight Champion.
Like fucking the guy's held every belt on the planet. He's been doing this forever, and Swerve Strickland just beat him clean in the middle of the ring.
Christian is not a Hall of Famer.
Oh no, the Dudley Boys are Hall of Famers.
Edge,
they were
Edge is. Christian is not.
But like to that, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
He should already have
been
been in.
Though, we can't get some fucking confetti for Swerve.
Right.
Swerve can't come out if he's gonna if he has to be on the top of the show at Dynamite. He can't come out with like a fucking entourage.
Fucking give Prince Nana some fucking sparklers
and fucking have him come out and be like,
you know that dance he does? Give him sparklers. Yeah. Make it look festive.
Like we can't have him acknowledge that he is the AEW guy.
He has a prince that does his bidding for him.
He's the world champ, y'all.
Also,
put some respect on that man's name.
He's still the world champ, beating Christian Cage with the kick.
And now we get into the main event.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Anarchy.
Anarchy in the arena, a.k.a. football field fuckery.
A.k.a. Let's Kill Darby Allin.
That's
what it was. A.k.a. Let's Kill Darby Allin. With everything we can try. All right. Go with me. All right?
I'm going.
A song played for the crowd while the fight was taking place, right? Check. Okay. We had the Young Bucks do something with super kicks. Check.
Yeah.
Okay. We had Jackson get on the microphone and tell them they couldn't play the song anymore. They had a budget. Yeah. To which Tony Schiavone went,
when did that start?
Since when? Since when? Check. Okay.
That's my favorite fucking Schiavone call ever.
We hit. Yeah.
Since when?
Darby Allin tried to drown Jack Perry. Then Jack Perry hit Darby Allin with a bus. Check. All right. Then he come out. Darby Allin comes out with a flamethrower. It sets Jack Perry on fire. Real flames. Cry me a river. And then they hang him upside down, and we see the tic tac fucking thumbtack shoot super kick to Darby Allin's face, fucked up his nose completely. It looks. I wish I had the picture. It was vicious. And then they just left that man there while they finished the match.
Darby Allin.
Did I cover everything? Everything?
Darby Allin got a dive early on in the match.
He did.
Did a suicide drop.
There was a table broke from the balcony.
We got a couple table spots. FTR and the Bucks did some good tag shit.
Sometimes.
Okada hit one of the worst rainmakers ever with that thumbtack fucking wristband.
Yeah, which was weird.
And I'd like to remind everybody else that was in attendance that they hung Darby Allin
by his ankles.
Suspended him from the ring.
Tell him in front of who?
In front of Martha Hart. In front of the woman doctor, Martha Hart.
A blonde big-nosed wrestler was suspended from the ceiling in front of Martha Hart.
In front of the widow of Owen Hart.
The night they announced the Owen.
Oh yeah. We got to get into that too. But they suspend a man in the air and kick him in the face, and they never even drop him. The whole time, the doctor widow of Owen Hart, of the greatest wrestling dynasty in the history of pro wrestling ever, is sitting in the back, watching, defenseless and scared.
Well, she thought she was having deja vu for a moment.
Lord almighty.
It was messed up,
and of course, as we predicted, the Elite won.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
Actually, you and I predicted Team AW, but
yeah. So what's our point set? Where's our point set?
Hold on, before we cover that, can we talk about real quick the winners of the Owen getting the shots at Wembley?
Yes, kind of sounds familiar.
It sounds crazy to me that you would put on this massive tournament to build toward one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year.
I know, right?
And make the winners of that tournament the number one contenders to the world titles, respectively. I've never heard of a wrestling company having done that.
Not one.
I've never heard of a wrestling company that has had a traditional tournament in their lineup, sort of like the Owen, because they've always had it.
Yeah.
And then, no other wrestling company's had this long-standing tournament where the winner got a shot at the title at a major pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Except for that little... What's that little...
you know what?
The
King of the Ring. Yeah.
You fucking marks.
Yeah,
Get your own shit. Actually, I'm not mad about it that much, but you had to do it right after the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring for the SummerSlam spots. Way to go, Tony.
Yeah, way to go, Tony.
Well, we've been talking about it since January, he says. You know what you did? You know what you didn't tell Martha since January? That you were hanging a man on your own TV! You bastards! You vicious bastards!
Heartless bastards.
All right, so...
Hit us with the next
That
one.
being said...
Okay, yeah, here we go. See, I did it again. I'm testing Johnny all day today.
We got to do... So, did we cover the points from King of the Ring in the last broad?
Yes.
We did, yeah?
Yes, we
All
did.
right, and not going... I didn't cover who picked what for this, and I should have. I'll do that real quick. For the Elite, it was K, Johnny, and T. Swerve was everyone except for Tanya, Sweet T. Mercedes was unanimous. Tony Storm was unanimous except for Johnny. He picked Serena Deeb. Osprey was unanimous. Adam Copeland was myself, Johnny, and Sweet T. Jericho was everybody except me because I chose Hook like a mark. Moxley, that's only Johnny and Luke.
I took Moxley like a mark.
Orange Cassidy was Johnny, Tanya, and Sweet T and Special K.
Couldn't do it.
Because we picked fucking Beretta like a mark. The Big Bang Gang was Johnny and Special K. Deanna Purrazzo was myself, Luke, and Special K. The Acclaimed was unanimous. So that's where all those points landed. I got 7. Luke, you got 8. Johnny got 10. Sweet T got 8. And Coletta got 10. Special K. So that brings our total tally of points in our current standings to this. In first place for the first time ever,
Okay.
Special K with 34 points.
Yes.
In second
Fantastic.
place is Luke at 31 points.
Okay.
And tied for third place are myself, Big Bad John, and Sweet T with 30 points. So the race
Close
is
race.
on. It's
Super close race.
Special K, your first season ever getting to compete, and you're in first place. How do you feel?
First official.
Yeah,
season.
but first official season where your points are counted. How do you feel?
It's good, isn't it?
I'm glad
Kicking
that
our
the
ass.
viewers finally get to see that I kick your ass.
Kicking our ass.
Because she's the professional.
She is the professional dick eater.
Yes, yes, yes. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. See, this time I'm in it. Hey! Look at there.
NXT Battleground is next Sunday.
Yes.
So we get to take our picks for
No,
that.
we're not going to do the picks right now. We're just going to talk about what we're
Oh,
saying.
we're just talking about this. Okay.
Yes.
I'll wait. So, in a huge move this week on Dynamite,
Yes.
The Rock's daughter, I still don't know why they don't call her the Gem. I hate it. The Gem comes to the ring.
Ava.
No, I'm calling her the Gem, goddammit. She should be the Gem. The Gem comes to the ring with, with Roxana Perez talking about who she's going to defend the NXT Women's title against.
Yes.
And the Gem says, we have your opponent already selected.
We do.
And TNA Knockouts champion Jordan motherfucking Grace, multiple time TNA Knockouts champion, comes to the ring representing another company for the first time since the NWA was, since the first time since the 90s, since the last time the NWA was a sanctioned body and allowed to compete in a WWF ring, right? In almost 30 years, this has never happened again. Outside of the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion getting to compete in the last 3 Women's Royal Rumbles, that's it.
Yeah.
This is the first time ever another champion has gotten to walk through that door and lay claim to another championship for the WWE/NXT.
Here's the deal. You know why? See, everybody's sitting in wrestling land right now that watch this show, and they're thinking, man, this is such a good thing for wrestling. How on earth is Luke going to spin this week? And you know what? I thought about it a lot. And here's the deal. It is big.
I agree, Derek.
For NXT. It is big for NXT. I will push that out there. However, I know why they chose her instead of anyone else.
It's because Nick Khan hates you.
Because she's already the trash bag human being.
Stop
She can
that.
put her shit in it when they send her back
You're
DNA.
terrible.
Like
you're
they
crazy.
did Mickey James.
You're crazy.
Look at her.
This match is going to be a fucking
I
banger.
didn't say it wasn't going to be good.
It's going to be a banger. And you know what? When we get to the picks later, we're going to say some surprising shit about it. But hold on. The implications of this alone, right? The implications that, remember when Triple H before said, we're open to playing ball? They got the first time where Jericho was allowed to appear on the Broken Skull podcast and was asked questions about AEW.
Christian was allowed at Slammiversary.
That was a trade-off with Ric Flair.
Yes.
That was a trade-off with the Hall of Fame.
But there has been crossovers before.
But they've worked together in very small... Remember, there was a time when Ron Killings was filming something with a WWE superstar and they had to pull them both.
Yeah.
Because it would never work together like that.
Yep.
Now that Triple H is in charge...
It was catering or something like that.
Not only are we getting more interactive women's matches, which is great for this upcoming pay-per-view, we'll talk about it, but Triple H actually put his money where his mouth is. He said, the door's open, we'll work with anybody. Yep. They love Jordan Grace. Shawn Michaels is all about this crossover.
I know.
Loves the idea, and what a great way to herald it in than to bring in a legitimate certified champion. In
now
Jordan Grace.
I want Wesley and the Rascals.
I want, you know what I really want? What I really,
Trey
really,
Miguel
what I
and
really,
Ricochet?
really want? Okay, that I do want, yes.
Yeah.
But if Ethan Page is going to
Spice Girls return.
If Ethan Page is going to be hanging around
Here
NXT
we go
for
again.
a minute,
Here we go again,
no,
folks.
If Ethan Page is going to be hanging around NXT
Here we
for a
go,
little
folks.
minute,
Hope you're ready.
Josh Alexander ain't doing shit. Put the North back together and have them wrestle the Good Brothers, just for me.
I have something here in a little bit.
Or what about Ethan Page versus Josh Alexander?
That would be great. I don't want to give you what my thought is on who should come because I have a photo for it later.
Okay, cool.
But I have an idea on that. Go ahead and hit us with the next one, John.
NXT versus TNA takes place next week. Jordan Grace is set to make 6 figures for NXT appearances. That's what we were talking about earlier.
3 NXT appearances, 6 figures.
Remember when Mercedes Moné first went to New Japan?
Also, look at that. I mean, it is kind of cool.
And she had 3 appearances scheduled.
And then Jordan makes it.
She made a 6-figure deal for 3 appearances.
Yep.
And Mercedes Moné successfully became the most prolific and highest bidding player in women's wrestling outside of the WWE, and was making more than her WWE contract.
Hard to argue.
Jordan Grace just kicked open that door and said, "I'll do it, but you got to pay me."
The North versus the Good Brothers.
I want to see it. So do I. I want the North versus FTR, and then I want to die. In that order. But no, seriously. Mercedes Moné sets that bar. The WWE comes knocking to TNA. They didn't go to them. WWE came to them and said, "Hey, how much for Jordan Grace?" And Jordan Grace says, "How much you got?" I want 100. I hope, even if it's the lowest version of 6 figures, if it's $100,000, that means she's making $100,000 for 3 days of work.
Well, here's the deal. Her lovely significant other needs to have calf implants.
Stop that.
To make him look taller.
Stop that.
So that way that the big companies will look at him again. He put a mask on to try to fool him. That's what it is. Jordan Grace was like, "Hey, baby." I'm sorry. "Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
How much do you need for your calf implants?"
Good.
Hunter's on the phone. Here's the deal. I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's happening, but can we do it where we're not in the women's division for once?
No, not yet.
Come on, man.
Hold on. But here's why. This is the introduction. This is how you get people watching. Right now, women's wrestling is a huge part of the conversation.
I get it.
Right now, women's wrestling needs as much illumination.
Let us have our moment.
AEW, hold on. AEW gets so much flack for having such a huge roster and never showcasing their talent. That's true. One of our biggest criticisms of AEW is that they barely showcase all of the women they have. Now, you got 2 companies who are saying, not only are we going to showcase women's wrestling, we're going to make it the most important part of the fucking deal.
I picked a male athlete for later to talk about.
And think about it. You're going to open the door for the X division to come waltzing into NXT.
Right.
Some more tag stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe Moose defends the TNA World title against somebody.
Thanks to Sean Ross Sapp for the
but yeah,
for the
check
pick.
it out, man. I'm excited about this match. I'm excited about the crossover. I remember being excited when Omega won the AEW World title, and then him and Don Callis were leaving after they beat Moxley, and they said, "We'll see you Thursday night on Impact."
Yep.
That's what we're gonna. And that was COVID, right?
Yes.
What crazier thing that like this happened in 2024 with no spoilers? Nobody knew it.
Yeah.
And the only reason they got away with doing it the first time with Omega was because it was COVID. It
Well,
was all limited staff. It was all pre-recorded.
Caesar Badone or whatever had the next guy we're going to talk about, and Jordan Grace in his garage hiding them so that they could join on NXT. Go ahead and listen with the next one, John. This, of course, being from Fightful, Ethan Page has showed up, whooped that trick in the middle of the ring. Crowd's chanting all ego. Here's the deal. But as he's beating down Trick, you hear the guy beside Booker T go, wait a minute, isn't he an A? And as soon as he says
AE, whoa.
Hold up, playa. Yeah, here's the deal. Ethan Page, fantastic. He went online, told the egomaniacs that he hadn't signed a contract. I believe that that's false.
So are we.
I believe that that's false. I believe that he signed a contract, but they don't want to say he's in NXT, period, which makes him a free agent in the WWE, but he has signed pen to paper.
Maybe he
hasn't.
He
wouldn't be there.
Maybe he just got a handshake deal and he's feeling out some options.
Either way, he had to sign something.
I mean, yeah.
They don't just show up out the crowd.
What if that's like the one time he shows up though? He never comes back to NXT.
I'd be okay with it.
What if that's gonna for the next 6 months? He'll show up at the NWA and beat up fucking.
Well, the messed up
EC3
part is
leave.
here's the deal. Also, I beat up Noam.
Yeah.
I beat up Ona. So that means that was last week.
Yeah.
So they've been playing as if Ethan Page has been in backstage area for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
So he has to have signed a fucking deal.
We'll see.
Quit playing kayfabe and shit, Ethan. We love you, Julian. Please knock it the fuck off.
You know how he is.
Do a toy hunt with like fucking the Good Brothers or something. Let's do this.
Oh, awesome.
Bring Danhausen in. All right, hit us with the next one. Ethan Page,
real
huge.
quick, before we keep moving on, should we go ahead and tell the people where they can find us?
Yeah. Why don't we do that and we'll do we have that ready for today? No. Okay.
Well, in the future, guys, just so you know, in the future, we've just recorded a commercial, so we're gonna start playing it as an ad to give me 60 seconds to pee. Anyway, but for now, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. You can follow us on Twitter at ProWrestlingTD. You can send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok at ProWrestlingThrowdown1. You can also check out streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown or the Pro Wrestling Throwdown website, ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, where you can access the
merch store.
Head over at the
merch store.
You can buy our merch. That's
Buy
right, ladies
merch.
and gentlemen. Summertime. We've got the bikinis rolling out. We've got the shoes, the sandals. We don't have any socks yet. We can get socks.
We're in the middle of the Drive for 5.
Drive for 5, baby. We want 500 subscribers. So tell
We
your friends, tell your
finally
family.
crossed 300.
Yeah, we're at 303, sitting pretty. We need 297 more to go. And do not forget, we are taking donations for a once-in-a-lifetime piece of merchandise set. These glasses were sent to us, made for the show, but they have a misprint on them. There are 4 of them that say Pro Wrestling's Throwdown with each of our names, the original team members of Big Dog, Max Fury, myself, and Big Bad John. This is the only set that's ever getting made like this, because it's never going to get made again. The only way to get your name in the drawing for these at the end of the month, or I'm sorry, at the end of July,
Yes.
is to donate to the site. So if you donate $1, that's $1 in the drawing. Donate $5, it's $5 in the drawing. Doesn't matter how much you want to donate. We'll put your name in as many times as you want for an opportunity to win. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 one-of-a-kind collectible glasses for Pro Wrestling Throwdown that will never be made again. So thanks for your donations. Check us out.
Yeah.
Also, if this isn't your cup of tea, check out the other stuff we have to offer. We got cups, koozies, bags, notebooks, all
Shirts,
kinds of stuff. Check
baby
it out.
clothes.
Do we?
Yes,
Baby
yeah,
clothes?
we have toddler
Oh, yeah,
outfits.
put your babies in Pro Wrestling Throwdown gear.
Yeah, rep your boys.
Yeah, you can set that here. I'm sure I'll use it again.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, so check us out. Thank you for visiting. All right, Big Bad John.
Here we
NXT
go.
representation on TNA as well.
Thank you, WrestleMania.
So the working plan is that not only are they going to be bringing talent from TNA, but sending talent to TNA from NXT. Currently, one of the working ideas is that when Jordynne Grace has announced that she's issuing an open challenge for the TNA Women's Knockouts title,
Yes.
that an NXT superstar will be answering that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like I said, opportunities abound for tag team matchups, singles contests.
Yeah, super interesting.
Maybe guys like Ziggler who are in TNA show up in NXT and fight on behalf of TNA.
I didn't get the tweet because I put the show together after I saw it, but Drew McIntyre, Moose,
Yeah.
and Drew McIntyre have been talking
Had a
back
Twitter
and
exchange.
forth, and Drew told Moose, "Hey man, that always
Oh.
talked about door swings both
door
ways."
swings both ways. Well, because Moose introduced his tweet with the picture of him standing over McIntyre with the TNA title that
Yeah.
he won from him, and says, "I know where your belt obsession started. why don't we run it back? And that's when McIntyre was like, door swings both ways.
Yeah.
It's a cool time to be a fucking
Take
wrestling
my
fan,
money.
man. Right on the cusp of Forbidden Door as well, where AEW is priming to fight New Japan.
Yeah.
TNA's fighting NXT, and it's fucking Gucci, baby.
It's fantastic.
Loving it.
Here's the deal, man. More representation is not a bad thing.
We dreamt about this
a long
20 years ago.
Well, not only that, but we've talked about said
Yeah.
dream on this show in the first
yeah,
season.
we booked TNA crossovers, remember?
Yes.
But you remember, we were sitting in your living room 18 years ago watching AJ Styles matches and thinking, goddamn, how cool would it be to watch AJ Styles wrestle Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Now that happens in a WWE ring.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
But here we can actually say, in our lifetime, we lived long enough to see TNA knock open the WWE's doors and come in swinging.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cool time to be alive.
You can tell the Michaels and Triple H run shit now.
Yeah, you can.
They got the ideas of what we want to see.
That's right. They're
You know,
booking
they
for
have their
baby.
finger on the pulse. That's how it should be.
And you know what? I think that's the most apt description. They have their finger on the pulse, and they're booking for the fans for the first time in history of the WWE. The fans' voices are actually being heard.
A legitimate crossover.
And some of the things that we want to see happen have already happened and are continuing to happen. Great fucking point, Luke.
All right, here's the next one, please. Here you go, Caleb. Floor's yours.
All right, kids. So, AEW and WBD are currently having a rights negotiation. This happens every single time a rights contract comes due. Their last contract was, they signed their first deal, I think, for 2 years. They got their 3-year extension coming up to 2024. They've been open 5 years. So now WBD's back in the conversation. Now, here's the crazy part. Their current working budget being offered by Warner Brothers has been like $52 million a year, roughly $1 million an episode. So they don't make a ton of money. All that money goes, the majority of that money goes into the infrastructure, the salaries. It doesn't really leave an opportunity for AEW to go in the black, as we say, or make money.
Right.
Right now, they're breaking even and they're turning a small profit based off of that, based off of their merchandising, based off their gates, advertisement dollars, blah, blah, blah. The current conversation was originally, and by the way, this was, I want to say right now, the story that was released on Twitter about Nick Khan's friend being the person at Warner Brothers who interviewed with Tony Khan, and Tony Khan having said that he's disappointed in their first offer. That was not true. That wasn't true. They just didn't come to terms on that original offer.
Right on.
So wanted to debunk that real quick. But the huge takeaway right now is that they're looking to almost double that budget in a star-studded 5-year deal that could land AEW $110 million a year.
Yeah.
That's more than double their operating budget for the last 5 years per year.
Yeah.
More than double their operating budget per episode per year, which means higher salaries, more countries to have access to, more show dates they can
more
put
eyes
together,
on the product.
more eyes on the product, everything
Right.
about it. And the craziest part of it is like, yeah, it's coming off of two factors. One of which is AEW internally were like, their ratings aren't as good as when they started, and their house appearances aren't as good as they started domestically. But worldwide, AEW still has a major audience. Just because we don't see them pulling major pay-per-views from France and Germany and Italy,
Right.
like all the places the WWE goes, and that doesn't mean that AEW doesn't have the standing there. It just means that AEW isn't booking there. But in Europe,
WCW didn't do it.
in Europe, AEW has as strong a ratings following as the WWE does.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when you see this extra income come in. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more shows in foreign countries for AEW. The other thing right now that is sort of putting this conversation into a tailspin is that Comcast has made a huge offer to get the NBA out from underneath WBD, which it works twofold. In one way, WB loses money, and in one way, they save money. It's all based off of advertiser revenue. And
Right.
It's a very complicated conversation to have. But the idea that right now, they would get almost as much per year as NBC pays the WWE for Raw. Because NBC Universal pays, I think, $200 million. And we went from AEW making 25% of that to 50% of that in 5 years.
Yeah.
It took the WWE 30 plus years to get $200 million from a network. Now again, they're a publicly traded company and they've got advertisement, they've got blah blah, all this shit at the wazoo.
Right.
AEW getting a huge fucking infrastructure of money could not be a bad thing. The problem will always lie with where Tony Khan spends that money, and that's how we get into having 35 fucking WWE guys and blah blah blah. I don't think that AEW had house shows. If so, probably had a hand. So they don't really do house shows. They do a couple of what they consider house show. They do those directly out of the Jacksonville Stadium, and they only do them, I think, 3
Charity
or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
But this could open up their road schedule. They could start filling smaller arenas around the world if they wanted to, which AEW's business model has always been that they don't do house shows. That way they allow their talent to keep exploring their indie dates and also keep their talent fresh. But who knows? This could, doubling your money is a huge change of infrastructure for
Here's
anybody.
the thing. At times they are changing.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot more changes within the year in professional wrestling. Hold on tight because it's going to be a bumpy ride for the next couple months. But here's the deal. WrestleMania time, Royal Rumble time next year, Survivor Series time this year.
Survivor Series.
We're going to see some crazy shit because here's the deal. My tribal chief,
Cody Rhodes.
Roman Reigns.
Cody Rhodes is his name.
My tribal chief finishes filming of the movie that he's filming next week.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Roman Reigns coming back as soon as possibly Money in the Bank or even SummerSlam. And then we're going to get the real ride that we've been promised
The
this
Bloodline
whole
versus the Bloodline.
time. Yep.
Hey, by the way, Zilla Fatu put out an interesting tweet a couple days ago about it was a picture of him at an indie show and then just had like something with dollar signs underneath it. Just saying. Julio's contract comes up next month. And
Before we change over here, I want to talk about Paul Heyman on SmackDown, dude. His promo with Kevin Owens, where he's like, oh, everybody can always redeem themselves. Paul Heyman can't redeem himself. And he starts freaking the fuck out on Kevin Owens. What Owens said was great when he's like, Roman Reigns, I respect him, but Solo and these two guys, they're not the bloodline. Roman, the Usos, people I also respect. These people aren't the bloodline. They're just Solo Sikoa and 2 other guys.
Yep.
Here's the deal. That's where the seed's being planted.
Solo,
it's going to be fantastic.
And also, we got to see a reunited Gorillas of Destiny on SmackDown on WWE
Match was
TV.
pretty decent. Even though you could tell they're used to working a Japan style.
Yes, they
because
are.
they kept cheating in front of the referee.
Yeah, which they'll acclimate.
Match was good, though. Street Profits put on a hell of a show with them. I wish that Angelo Dawkins would leave the fucking Spanx at home and just wear the basketball shorts.
Yeah, me too.
Or switch it up and just wear those and leave the shorts at home.
Yeah, one or the other.
But it looks terrible.
Yeah, agreed.
You're getting into shape. You're looking good. Throw some fucking tights on.
Agreed.
Make your be presentable. It's
be prepared,
important.
as Scar would say.
Yes. Hit us with the next one, John.
My love, the love of my life, Toni Storm, has issued her challenge for Forbidden Door against, how do I pronounce this name? Let me find it again.
Now, this is the Stardom Women's Champion.
Yeah, no, yes. So she appeared at Stardom via satellite at first to challenge Mina Shirakawa, who just won the Stardom Championship. So already Forbidden Door, the main event has been determined with Swerve Strickland against Will Ospreay for the AEW World title. Another champion versus champion match. Almost like we didn't see that on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, something happened not that long ago, right?
And now Mina Shirakawa comes into the conversation, the Stardom Women's Champion against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, if Forbidden Door shapes up to where it's a bunch of champions wrestling a bunch of champions for championships, I'm not mad about that.
I'm not mad about it.
If they brought in, Moxley's already IWGP champion.
Yeah.
So he's going to, he'll defend it against probably somebody from New Japan.
Yeah.
But they've got the International Championship. They've got the other one. What is it? It's the International title and the
Continental.
The Continental title, yeah. Okada could have like a run back match with somebody from New Japan, maybe Tetsuya Naito for that belt for AEW.
Maybe.
Could shape up to do a lot of cool shit. I'm excited to see where this match specifically goes, just because, again, fucking Toni Storm's she's on a fucking roll.
Yeah, she is.
And she's doing great work.
She's good shit.
And Mina Shirakawa was fantastic, and that's going to be a super athletic match.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
also a return from a feud they had in Stardom, so there's a little bit of history to it. Again, like you said earlier, though, but I just made the greatest point. Unless you're a Japanese wrestling fan, as a layman AEW fan, you don't know that, and I just made the perfect illustration for you.
Yeah.
Huh. Good work. Look at you fucking big
Look at
brain.
me, I put work
You big
in.
brain genius.
Hey, look at that.
But anyway, Forbidden Door shaping up. Another pay-per-view in 3 weeks. So, more picks for that.
All right, hit us with the next one, John. All right, now it's time.
Now it's time, baby. We're taking picks for NXT Battleground. If any matches get announced this week, like we always do, we'll put those on social media before NXT Battleground.
Well, you will see us again Sunday before it takes place.
Oh, yeah.
So
then we'll just take the additional pick then if we have to.
Yes.
That works for me.
I tried to work it that way.
So in no particular order, here we go. Y'all 5 ready? Or y'all 4 ready? Because I'm 5. The Women's North American Championship ladder match to establish the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion goes as follows. Sol Ruka versus Lash Legend versus Fallon Henley versus Jada Parker versus Mishin versus Kalani Jordan. 6 women enter. 1 woman leaves North American Champion.
Lash Legend.
Lash.
Same here.
She
Cleta?
took the push. She's fantastic.
Luke?
Miss Jada Parker.
Okay.
That was my other choice.
Odd man out. So it's 4-1. If Sol Ruka wins, none of us get a point.
We're Fallon
All
Henley.
right. In the North American Championship match for the men's, we have a triple threat match. Obafemi, current reigning and defending champion.
He's here for Becky.
He's here to fuck your wife.
Here for Becky.
Defends against Joe Coffey and Wesley. I'm starting this off and saying Obafemi retains. Go fuck yourselves.
I say the same.
Obafemi, bro. We're going points. I'm going the way we're going.
Big bet,
here.
John?
Oba.
Yeah.
Don't see that happening for a
I don't
while.
think anybody votes against Obafemi right now. That man's a
Not until
fucking
he's ready to give the
machine.
belt back.
All right. The NXT Tag Team titles. Frazier and Axiom defend against the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers have never held the NXT titles.
Never.
And if they win, it will make them the most prolific tag team in current wrestling today, putting one other promotional championship ahead against even Team 3D.
Yeah, the Dudleys, man. It's impressive.
But
Here's the only thing with that. What happened with AJ last night? Are they trying to get the OC back together?
Well, we will get to that here in a moment once we are done with Backlash.
I mean, even if they do, what better way than to have 2 tag team champions have it
I
back?
know.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
It would be nice.
This one's a tough one, but I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say the Good Brothers.
Same.
You can put me with the Good Brothers as
All
well.
right.
Derek went Obafemi. Wolfie went Obafemi.
Oh yeah.
I don't go get
Derek went Lash Legend.
Okay. So we are unanimous. We all think the Good Brothers are gonna get this win.
Yes.
All right. Now we move on to NXT Underground. Shayna Baszler versus Lola Vice.
Now I want to set the picture here. This is live from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas for the first time. What better way to have a headlining fight in the Underground is to do it in the Underground.
Yep.
Here's the deal. I got to go with my girl. I got to go Shayna Baszler. She gonna not only knock Lola out, she gonna
She
put
gonna
her
tap
to sleep.
that bitch out.
She
She gonna make that bitch submit.
She gonna go night night.
Never go night night. Wanna go night night?
Say it with your chest.
You wanna go night night?
I go
That's right.
with Shayna as well.
All right.
It's hard to vote against Shayna, man.
In a match like this, when it's best suited to her strengths,
Yeah.
at a time when like the viewership and the people watching are going to acknowledge who she is,
Yep.
it's absolutely Shayna's game.
Derek with the Good Brothers.
Good Brothers as well. All right. The last announced match. TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace stepping up to the plate against NXT Women's Champion Roxana Perez
For the NXT.
for the
Women's
NXT Women's title.
Who wants to go first?
Jordan Grace.
She's a badass.
Here's the thing. They want her.
I
She's over. What better way for her to walk back out? What better viewership for TNA at all? If they're going to get anything out of this deal, if it's going to mean anything at all, what better way for her to walk out on fucking TNA Thursday night after that pay-per-view
Hey, you ain't
and
selling it
say,
to me, brother.
I'm the NXT Women's Champion too.
Hey, you don't have to sell it to me, but I am going Roxana Perez to capitalize on the title. I don't think WWE will give me what I want, or give anyone what
You
they
said
want.
Jordan
I
as
think
well, right?
I don't see Perez having a chance in hell.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Well, Luke, you're the odd man out
I'm
with
telling you,
Roxana Perez.
everyone's going to be disappointed.
We'll see.
They disappointed us in the Rumble. They disappoint us with everything else with TNA.
Well, hold
They're not
on.
going to give me what I want.
Hold on.
Vince still had his hands
I
in
want to,
things.
but I want to challenge that. What do you mean they disappointed us with the Rumble? When it comes to
Mickey
TNA?
James, they allowed her to get into the Royal Rumble and dumped her within 2 numbers the first time they did it.
Jordan Grace almost went the distance in the last one.
Well, she didn't go the distance.
I said almost. She was in.
But
she was
my
in.
but my point is, she didn't really do anything in the Rumble.
That's insane. That's not. She had like 4 or 5 eliminations of her own.
Okay.
She had a standoff moment against Bianca
Was she
Belair.
Final Four?
Well, no.
Then it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
you're full of shit. You are so full
Sorry
of shit.
about it.
You are full.
I want everyone.
You need a fucking colonoscopy with how much shit you're full of.
I want everyone to remember this.
He's getting close. About
When
that.
after next Sunday, Roxana Perez is still the NXT
Uncork your
Women's Champion.
butthole and release the shit from
gonna
which you
happen,
are
bro.
full, my friend. No, I'm not talking. You may be right about that, but I'm talking about her not having a good showing in the Rumble.
I didn't say she didn't have a good showing.
You said
I
it
said
didn't matter.
WWE hasn't been treating the TNA things the way we want them to be
Well,
treated.
but hold on.
If you were going to do
You
that,
said
why
it
didn't you
didn't
pull the
matter.
trigger
You
and
said
put it at Mania?
Hold on, but you said it didn't matter at first, and here's my
The
argument.
Final
to that.
Four.
Okay, but here's my argument to that. She didn't need to be Final Four to get a shot at the NXT Women's Championship because she got to walk in and say she wanted it. She got to walk in, hold on, leverage her credibility alone, and say, I want a shot at your women.
You know what
and
I
Shawn
love about
Michaels
this?
looked at her one good eye and said, you got it, kid.
You know what I love about this? This is the same thing that was wrong with Cody when he come in with a title clause in his contract.
Oh, you watch your
and
whore mouth.
I said the same thing then that I'm saying
How
now.
dare you disparage the name of our Lord and Savior? He ended racism.
He sure did. He whooped that trick, didn't he?
Liberty.
All right.
Tell me, motherfucker. All right, so we're set. All five
All right.
matches that have been announced have been selected. All 5 points are on the table. We will reconvene next Sunday if they announce any more to make additional picks and additional conversation and speculation about Battleground coming into it.
Sounds good to me.
Moving on, Big Bad John.
Gable Stevenson, thanks to WrestleZone, signs with the Buffalo Bills.
This doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Yeah.
It's topical.
Johnny.
He left because he wanted to pursue the Olympics, was the consensus, I thought. And now he signs out of nowhere with the Buffalo Bills of all fucking
Of
NFL
all teams. Why would you be... That's like signing with Buffalo Bill and house cleaning. It makes no fucking sense. He's going to have to put the lotion on his skin.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, best of luck in your future endeavors.
That's
bud.
like being like, I'm
However-
going to be a baseball player. I'm going to play for the Mets.
However, doesn't that create an interesting thing where, like, wouldn't the Buffalo Bills be the only team that can say they had an Olympic wrestler, an Olympic gold medalist wrestler play for them? Because I can't think of any other Olympic gold medalist wrestler who ever played in the NFL. Like, professionally for a full-time team, not considering, like, third or fourth round draft picks who get cut 8 weeks into
I have no idea.
camp.
That's a good question.
But if he makes a game, I'm pretty sure he's the first ever Olympic gold medalist wrestler to play a full game in the NFL. So
Maybe.
if that happens, I mean, that's history making. That's cool.
Yeah, I just hope that he does better there than he did here.
At least I didn't sign him for the Colts. So I'd say.
I mean, if he
We got
couldn't,
enough
couldn't
problems.
handle Baron Corbin, I can't imagine him trying to handle Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that.
Oh, but what a great, hold on though. What a great fucking bit of business. His last his last match in the WWE was with another guy who failed in the NFL.
Actually,
Well,
Corbin didn't fail.
So I say didn't fail. Worked for the NFL.
Special teams, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together. That's
Yeah.
what a way to get revenge.
Yeah, right? I'm going to go play for the Bills.
I'm gonna
Fuck
play for
you.
the Bills now. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, Tom. Fuck you, Tom.
Fuck you,
All
Tom.
right. Hit us with the next one.
Baron. That is your name.
All right. SmackDown's main event attraction. Why don't you go ahead and shoot this for the people? Caleb, we know you like this.
Okay, first of all.
First off, Cody looks like he farted.
They should have put him in a salmon suit. Should have put him in a salmon suit because that's the same goddamn suit Mark Henry wore 10 years ago when they shot this fucking angle with John Cena.
Can we say something about a suit real quick before we get too far into
Yes.
this? Someone needs to tell Nick Aldis to quit wearing suits that are Mark Henry's size, first off. Because his suit was 10 times bigger than him.
John Cena's size.
I tell you what, watching it, I was like, there's no way. When he starts talking about the retirement bit,
Yeah.
I was like, there's no fucking way they're doing this. There's no way. Then Cody comes out and starts getting the pomp and circumstance. And I'm like, I was in my living room going, it's Mark Henry! There's Mark Henry in him! It's going to be run, Cody! And then, of course, AJ takes off the jacket, attacks Cody Rhodes.
Do you notice the flag in the background?
Stay strong?
No, the flag.
Oh, yes, I see it.
Yeah, the Nation of Domination flag out there, which makes total
That's
sense.
fantastic. I am just so mad that AJ Styles didn't. When he put him up for the Styles Clash off the steel chairs, he should have said, I got a lot left in the tank, and
Right?
didn't hit him with it the same way Mark Henry did. However, you know what? Fucking it popped me.
It
It's
did.
AJ. We get to see AJ.
Go ahead,
Cody
hit us with the
again.
next one.
I'm not mad about it.
Boom!
Pop me again.
First off, best clothesline AJ Stone in a while. It was
With the
vicious.
exception of the clothesline that I saw
Look at that.
him
Perfect.
hit Christian Rosewith at IWA Mid-South because Christian is 6'5" and AJ's so small, and he had to come up underneath him so hard that he almost legitimately took fucking Christian's head off. Yes, that's one of my favorite AJ clotheslines.
Yes, fantastic. AJ, of course, not waiting at the back of the line.
He's got a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, good brothers were out there with him, blocked the entranceway so nobody could get through.
I fucking love it.
While he hit the Styles Clash on the steps.
Like I said, put him in a salmon suit. But hey, we get AJ and Cody too. Probably a Clash at the Castle before SummerSlam.
That's what I figured.
Not mad about that at all. They put on a fucking clinic at the last pay-per-view. It's going to be a fucking number 2.
Yep.
What's bad about that?
Yeah, I love it.
AJ's probably not going to win. I was kind of hoping that, like, this obviously should not happen for a number of reasons.
Right.
But, like, the wrestling fan in me, who has been a TNA fan since we were watching it every week on pay-per-view for 99 cents.
Yep.
The wrestling fan in me does hope and pray that with this crossover, AJ gets to challenge for the TNA World Title just one more time. And take it to the WWE.
Yeah, I mean...
The ultimate fuck you to the holding company, the ultimate fuck you to Dixie Carter, the ultimate fuck you to Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Not only am I TNA champion, I'm getting paid millions by the WWE to be the TNA champion.
WWE needs to sign Scott D'Amore.
Fuck yeah, they should. Somebody needs... I'm genuinely surprised that AEW hasn't.
Yep.
Like, it blows... Scott D'Amore has one of the best minds in the business, and he's not had a job in 4 months.
Well, if you remember right, AEW and TNA didn't have a real good parting either.
No, they didn't.
They treated him like trash over there. So
well, they got Christian won the TNA title at a pay-per-view. No, on Dynamite.
Yeah.
The week he won the TNA title the week before the pay-per-view where he wrestled for the AEW title.
Yeah.
And lost there. Then Christian went back, dropped it, and that was the last of their partner. I mean, they've done a couple of like
here and there.
They'll pull somebody over for like one of the Casino Battle Royal shows or
Ring
whatever.
of Honor, or something
but like where they made it really important, and then out of nowhere they just stopped.
Yeah.
But now WWE can be like, hey TNA, come sit on Daddy's lap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Daddy'll make you feel good. Daddy'll make you like you.
Daddy'll
make you like you a lot.
Hit us with the next one, John.
I don't know why WWE just became a voyeur in my mind, but whatever. Speaking of wrestling things and people that can hire people, I was actually about to make that point. So this is just speculation. And this is reported 100% from a report from Sean Ross Sapp today that there is a current discussion going on for another wrestling-based cable TV show. There is speculation on one end that it's going to be another documentary-style show like the Micro Brawlers show is.
Right.
The other speculation is that it's Freddie Prinze Jr. So we've talked about this on the show before, how he's been storyboarding a wrestling promotion that he will film exclusively in L.A., and film with a similar style of Lucha Underground. The last concept he had was that he wanted to do it on a rooftop of a building.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have it,
which
like,
would be cool.
Outside and pack this rooftop and shoot under, the night
In
sky.
the Bank did it.
But the current speculation is that conversation's happening right now, and that within the next 6 months, we could see yet another full-time pro wrestling show on syndicated TV.
Thanks to iHeart Radio for the image.
To accompany all 3 shows the WWE puts on, all 3 shows AEW puts on, Ring of Honor, the NWA on CW, WOW on, what is it, NBC, CBS?
No, WOW is on Vice.
Okay, WOW's on Vice. The Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Championship Wrestling from, Memphis. Florida, and, I mean, every other random midnight syndication on satellite TV, not to mention, if you get the, international package and DirecTV and Dish Network, you can watch AAA and CMLL.
And stuff like that,
another wrestling company in charge on TV for another night, which I'm fucking here for, because I love wrestling.
Right.
Scott D'Amore should be in charge of booking matches in AEW, so Tony doesn't make matches with no sense storylines. Well, that's what we all think. Whether or not it's going to happen
is another story.
Is entirely another story.
Hit us with the next one, John. Ronda Rousey, in her new book, describes WWE as a minimum effort, lazy ass shit show.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
She didn't mind making the money.
She didn't mind making the money. She didn't mind coming into our business after her debilitating last 2 losses in the UFC. She didn't mind coming in and getting 2 movie spots out of the deal. She didn't mind coming in and getting a merchandising deal. She certainly didn't mind the licensing deal that allowed that book to get published.
Also, what has she done to deserve more than one autobiography?
Well, I mean, there is something to be said about her career in the UFC.
She covered that. Yeah. What's she going to cover in her new book? WWE, Because that's all the fuck you've been doing for the last 4 fucking years.
Yeah, to call it a lazy-ass shit show I think is unfair, considering she was treated with a lot more grace and a lot more
respect than she deserved.
Than a lot of people get when they've worked in this business forever.
Yeah.
Yes, she's a household name. Yes, she did bring viewership to the business. Yes, she did. She had 2 incredible matches at WrestleMania. Main evented, again, the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. That isn't to say that she doesn't have like a legacy to discuss, but her interpersonal relationships with wrestling and wrestling personnel, the fact that she hurt people, the fact that she refused to take on any extra training, the fact that she speaks so negatively of her time while cashing every single fucking check and royalty check they wrote her. She gets royalties where other wrestlers don't.
True.
And not only that, but shortly after that release, she showed up at an indie event and wrestled in a match there. So you can't say you don't like wrestling. You can say you didn't like your time in the WWE, but to call it a lazy-ass shit show when people are working 320 fucking days out of the year, and we're not talking just the in-ring talent. We're talking there are camera guys who have to work the exact same schedule as Roman Reigns does.
Those camera
Sound
guys are
techs.
at live shows recording shit.
Yeah, sound techs.
They don't get days
fucking
off.
Referees. You're telling me that people who work 320 days of the year, and that's when that's not including all of their travel time, people who barely get to see their families 1, maybe 2 times a week for a couple of hours before they have to get back on the road.
Just because you put in minimum effort doesn't mean that
by the way,
everyone
you
else
got to
needs
dog walk into the greatest
Yeah.
deal ever at a time when house shows were still fucking
You got
happening.
to main event WrestleMania.
You got to work 1 day a fucking week, get a push to the fucking moon, win the world championship in your first 2 months there. Your introductory match was a main event quality match against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Your partner was Kurt fucking Angle. You got to dog walk your entire WWE run. You got to gingerly maneuver your entire WWE run. You want to call it lazy? Because I don't think the people like Becky Lynch and Bayley and Mercedes Moné, who not only wrestled the WWE, all 3 of those names, or Becky especially, Becky, Charlotte, and fucking Sasha, when they were all there, weren't just wrestling. They were filming on location for WWE documentaries. They were filming on location for Disney. They were having fucking families and kids at home. And they were still showing up to work, not complaining and making the best of it. So for you to call what our business fucking lazy is laughable, considering that you left your own profession after you got knocked out. Because you got knocked out.
Knocked out.
Which, again, every other UFC fighter's done. But because you're Ronda Rousey, and because you win so many fucking fights, you left your business because you couldn't do your job anymore, came to our job, did a subpar fucking job of it, and you want to call us lazy? Fuck you.
Feel better?
A little bit.
All right. Hit us with the next one. So, let's talk about it now. Edge on a dive from the top of a barbed wire steel cage is one of the worst elbow drops
No, it wasn't. It was cool.
I've ever seen.
It was cool. Shut up.
Broke his fibia in his leg and was stripped of the TNT Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, can I just like some insider pool here? When we were watching this match and Edge came down for that elbow drop, Luke audibly was like, "Did you just land on your feet, you fucking bitch?" Or like something like that. Like, you bitched out. Like, what a fucking, you didn't even take the full bump. And I was like, oh, come on, it's fine. He fucking just, wanted to hit it and get out of the barbed wire. And you were like, yeah, watch, he'll show up with a broken fucking ankle on Wednesday. Sure, a fucking enough, shows up with a broken fucking tibia.
What can I say, man? I've seen a lot of people come down weird
but
over the years, which is going to be great with our, stay tuned here, because we're going to do the React videos that Special K picked out. We have not seen them. If we have seen them, it's been independently. We don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Here in a little bit. But, yes, Edge broke fibia. They took the title off of Edge.
Which is a shame, but obviously it's going to go to Jack Perry.
Yeah.
He's going to join. He'll be another member of the Elite with a belt. But you know what? We said this off camera. How many guys do you know can break their leg at work and finish their shift?
Right.
He broke his leg 20 minutes into a 40-minute match and finished the match.
Shows that he was taped properly.
Shows that he's a tough mamma jamma, and he loves the job.
Yep.
Also, look at that shot with Gangrel, baby.
Man.
Gangrel, baby.
The only thing missing would have been Christian on the other side of the AEW world title.
Could you have imagined at another time we could have had the Brood versus the House of Black?
I love that Tony Khan, for all of the ignorance that he is, had the wherewithal to copyright the Brood.
Yep.
Which I love, because now they can actually say that.
With Malachi Black potentially leaving now, we'll never
Christian or Gangrel owns the Brood.
Yeah, but we'll never get the House of Black versus the Brood.
Nope.
But we have Gangrel, Edge, and Christian all in the same building.
I'm all right
We've
with
got the House of Black, and
All
we'll
right,
never get the Brood versus House of
Yep,
Black.
I'm all right with it, though.
Sucks.
Here's with the next one. Ricochet.
Contract coming up, baby.
Next one.
Contract coming up next week, baby.
There's Chad Gable for those from Fightful Select.
Now, that isn't to say he's leaving. That just means he hasn't re-signed yet.
Correct.
We've still got 2 weeks. The rest
Also,
of this week.
Dijak as well.
Yeah.
And Natalia.
I see Chad Gable re-signing.
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Ricochet is questionable.
Ricochet says he's out.
Ricochet can go to AEW right now and have a genuine, legitimate
Him
classic
and
series of
Ospreay
matches
have been,
against Ospreay.
They've been
And
back and forth on
make
Twitter.
a ton of money doing it. They can relive their matches from New Japan. They can do it in a different way. And Ricochet, with that audience, will get over like gangbusters. Ricochet's a guy who won't get lost in the shuffle because they'll already have shit for him to do.
Right.
And in the WWE, they had
Current reigning speed champion.
But that's what I was about to say. They had to create a whole different division just to showcase Ricochet's talent. In AEW, he's going to be one of the guys you want to watch every week wrestle those guys
100%.
every week. So honestly, him going to AEW is probably going to be better for him than staying with the WWE. And I don't say that a lot about a lot of people.
I agree.
But he's one of them that could really benefit. Natty?
Don't let her go.
Don't let her go. Sign her and give her all the money
Give
she
her
wants.
whatever she wants.
If you don't want to use her in ring, that's fine. Put her in NXT and make her a trainer.
Agreed.
Make her a road agent.
100% agree.
Give her a job where she's teaching because she's so valuable. But if not, hey, hope she wins the fucking Owen Hart tournament.
Yep.
You know, if
That
her
would be
contract
great.
comes up in time.
Hit us with the next one, John. All right, I wanted to show you this. Can we go full screen? Look who it is.
Oh, wow. Just
But look who it is. Against Savage.
Uh-huh.
Justin Savage.
Uh-huh.
Here's the deal, Savage. I don't know if you're here. If you're not here, I'm sure you'll watch this later. Don't let him suicide dive.
Oh.
Shit does not work well
Please.
when that man dives to the outside of the ring.
I thought he
Do not
retired.
Jeff King yourself.
Yeah,
I
it's...
thought he retired.
that's what we all
Well, Grandma might have bought him a new pair of tights. Jeff King and Savage, I thought I would pop you with that
Yeah,
at least.
thank you.
You're welcome. That evidently happened yesterday and no one got hurt, so I'm going to
That's
say Jeff King's still alive.
Ricochet versus Ospreay, take my money. Derek couldn't agree more.
100%. His with the
Not
next
even,
one.
but hold on, if I could for a second, not
Yeah,
even
go
just Ospreay. Think about all the guys that he could really like get in there and mix with.
Yeah.
Pac, again, they could run
Yeah,
that back. Malachi Black leaving, that's up in the air, but they could run that back from NXT. I've never seen Ricochet and Omega.
Yeah.
That would be probably one of the
Send him
greatest
to TNA.
fucking wrestling matches ever. Ricochet could fucking pop up. Well, then he has to wrestle Trey because they want to.
Well, but here's the deal. We were talking earlier. We were talking about the me wanting to see somebody come from TNA.
Yeah.
Over in the Forbidden Door. Hit me with the next one, John. As long as we're opening up the door for TNA wrestlers coming to NXT, I'd love to see Nick Nemeth get a run.
Reminds me a lot of former.
He reminds me of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, it looks a lot alike.
And I think that Nick Nemeth needs to go to the WWE and get a shot at NXT.
You know what would be cool? If he did win the NXT title on behalf of TNA, and like that was his whole his promo. Like I'm the NXT champion twice, and I didn't even have to be signed to the WWE to get it because I'm that good. That's fucking my money promo right there. That you could do a lot with that.
I agree. Looking good. Looking fit.
Looking fit, baby.
Hit me with the next one, John. The Miz is the most losing athlete in WWE history. 1,335 recorded losses.
And you know what?
Second only person close to him is Kane in second place.
And you know what? I'm sure he thinks about all those wins and losses every night.
As it counts his
when
stacks.
he counts his stacks of money, plays with Maurice's boobies, and films movies and TV all fucking year long.
I know, right?
He ain't mad about losing.
Hell no.
He mad about that check not getting cashed on time.
He's more of a personality.
Yeah, and you know what? Though
And he's got balls.
But he's a
apparently.
great example of someone.
Great big balls.
Yep.
He's a great example of you don't have to win all the time to be over.
You don't have to. Yeah, exactly.
You don't even have, for the Miz. You don't even have to be a good guy all the time to get over.
No,
People
you're right.
love him. People love to hate him. Even if he loses, it's not one of those superstars you go, oh man, I like him, but he never wins. It's like, oh man, I like him. Did you see that fucking DDT he did with Ron Killings? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Miz is killing it.
Hit us with the next one, John. I thought about this movie. 350 first dates.
Then I realized that girl with amnesia was a 30-foot dinosaur from the Mesozoic era.
I gave $1.
She gave him $1. No wonder he kept coming back.
About 350.
I need about 350. That's
All right.
That's Monster, kids.
I was just having fun. Here's the next one. So, I found these pictures, all right? Go ahead and go widescreen for us for all these. These are wrestlers with short hair with long hair. I want you to see some of these pictures, all right?
Uh-huh.
This is the Jerry Curl J. Right? He's got the Jerry Curl going on. He looking like Soul Glow.
Sorry to say, it looks like you should be collecting.
He
money
looked like
outside of a bar.
he should be part of the band Sexual Chocolate.
Oh, man.
That boy good.
That boy real good. Good, terrible.
All right, hit us with the next one. Finn Balor with long
Yeah, I
hair.
actually don't hate Finn Balor with long hair.
Finessing Finn. Right there.
Finessing Finn, okay.
That's the Finn the Finesser.
Finn the Finesser.
All right, hit us with the next one. CM Yo Mama's Punk. There you go.
Yeah, she looks like a soccer mom.
He does look like soccer mom, doesn't
Looks like he forgot
he? Hands on the hips.
Yeah.
He's upset. That's what he
forgot
is.
the Gatorade at the
Look at the
company
smirk. Look at the smirk. He's like, I still look better than Drew McIntyre.
picnic. Definitely drives a big red minivan.
Hit us with the next one.
Always has juice. Oh my,
my
god.
God.
This is Shelly Sheamus.
That is majestic as shit.
Isn't it though? That's party in the business in the front, party in the
Looks
back.
like Mufasa.
Look, it looked like an Irish waterfall. Hit us with the next one.
Oh my god!
This-
It's Dolph Ziggler.
Jesus Christ.
It's Tozawa.
That's Dick Nemeth, right? Same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
Same guy from TNA.
No, that's Tozawa.
Yes, thank you.
And his new gimmick is Fashion Police. Hit us with the next one. This is Braun Breaker.
That's Kevin Nash, and no one can tell
Hold
me
on.
otherwise.
That's Braun Breaker auditioning for Thor. He looks real close to Chris Hemsworth there.
That is son of Kevin Nash.
And then, of course, my favorite. Hit the next one. Luscious Cody Rhodes.
My God. Looks like a fucking Targaryen from the Game of Thrones.
Luscious Cody Rhodes.
Like, no wonder he blew that fucking throne up. He doesn't fucking like him. Does he
Right?
have a dragon?
He might have a dragon.
should have a
I
dragon.
did use the hair was used to
Dragon
cover
his
up
balls.
the shitty tattoo on his neck.
Hey.
But anyways, all right. Hit us with the next one, John. We're done with that. Who put this in here?
I know.
Remember who you are, and I will set you free. I don't know what that means. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. I'd rather be excluded for who I include than to be included for who I exclude.
That's right, baby.
Happy Pride Month to everybody.
That's right.
PWT is for everybody.
Yep.
We've said it since the beginning. We'll continue to say it. PWT is for everyone. I think we got one more slide, and
We
then
are
we'll get
members
into
of
our...
your community as well as allies,
That's right.
and our doors are always open.
Safe place. We want to say thank you to Derek.
Derek! Look at this
And
handsome man.
Look at that gear. Look at him. Look at him being all special.
That pro wrestling.
Makes you want to just grab his cheeks. Look at him. He all looking
Look
fly as
looking
shit.
fresh at the cookout.
Look fresh, fly and clean, just like that. Love it.
That's right.
Thank you, Derek, for all that you do for us.
Hey, Derek, do yourself a favor and please shell out your TikTok and YouTube stuff right here in the comments. That way people can give you a follow.
This with PWT Reacts. This is a new segment here where we are going to ask for you to send us links to pro wrestling blunders, crazy moves, oh my god moments. We're trying to keep them to the indies.
Can I just say, in this picture, I mean, I know I've got the crazy eye thing going on, but your beard looks suspiciously Amish.
It does. Well, that was before I cut it
It's
that
nice and
first time.
groomed,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's looking good, baby.
Yeah, well, it had beard oil and shit in it. And,
That's me, yay!
but we're going to watch some videos along with you. Please send them in to facebook.com. Thank you, sir. Let's hit us, I guess. Let's get the first video slide
Oh,
up
this is going to be so much fun. We've never
and
done
do
one of
this.
these
So
before.
these are all picked by Special K. We have not seen these yet.
This is going to be fun, y'all.
Hit us with the first one, John.
All right, we have...
Dude going up to the top here. Somebody on a table
This
down
is
there.
IWA Mid-South.
Yes.
And that is...
A miss completely.
Oh!
Wow.
You know what's funny is I probably could have told you who
Oh,
those guys
slow-mo.
are. Is that
Oh!
Ross?
It looks like Colt Cabana on the table.
Yeah. Oh man. What
All
a
right.
fucking shame. Swing and a miss.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh.
So here's the deal. Don't sign up for Ian Rotten and then dive like that for a hot dog and a handshake.
Yeah. Just don't wrestle for me at all.
All right. See, this is kind of some fun stuff
Yeah.
here.
All right. Here's
There's the YouTube handle for Derek.
wrestling toys and tees.
Let's hit us with our second slide.
All right. We got a superplex. Looks like attempt here.
All right. What are
Ryan
we gonna get
Valentine's
here? I
time
love the
for us.
banner on our thing, by the way. I love that. Okay, wait a minute.
Out and out. Oh, I know
All
where
right.
this is going.
Oh, I've seen this
Uh-oh.
one. Oh, you're not gonna like this at
Go
all.
for a 450, I think. Right?
No, he's gonna go for the dragon screw.
Oh,
Watch.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is so vicious.
No. Oh no!
Fair warning ahead of time. Oh God! Oh my God!
Oh!
Didn't we just watch this?
Yes, do it again. I want to see it again.
Oh my God, that was
Show
so
it
scary. We
again.
can't do it again, unfortunately.
Yes,
Oh,
we
I can
can.
do it.
Oh,
Yes,
can we?
can.
All right,
Yes,
wait a
we
minute.
can.
Here we go. Here we go.
Look at this. Look at him.
This dude, here's the deal. If that motherfucker didn't get paid like the house and then some, he did way too much for way
Here
too
we go.
little.
Look at him.
All right, we're up top here. It looks like some kind of VFW.
He's going up. Awfully tall ceilings for a
The
VFW.
ropes are extremely loose.
Looks
Look
like
at
an
him.
old school.
Yeah, it's
All right, here
old
we
school
go.
For sure.
Doing the pray to God.
And it
Ah,
worked! It did work! God said no!
He
Oh.
he jumped.
Oh my God,
Lord,
that's
I wanna
terrible.
pray you can walk home, you dipshit.
Oh wow!
This is why people shouldn't jump off stuff. If
Talk
you
about
gotta
a
jump off
talk about a
stuff.
high degree of difficulty. Oh my God!
Oh,
All right,
Please tell me we have
My
more.
neck hurt.
Please
we
tell
have
me we got
one more
Oh, we need
for
more
this
than that.
week. Yes.
I want like 5 or 6 next.
Next
week.
week we'll throw something else together. But let's go with our
All
third
right,
and final.
Here we go.
All right. Looks like IWA
Kind
as
of bomb
well.
attack, maybe.
He's up. Oh no.
Losing him.
Oh no.
Losing him.
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Different view.
Different angle.
That wasn't even a flashy fuck up. You just dropped that poor
He's
kid on his
hurt. Look
fucking
at him.
head.
Look at this guy. You okay, man? Is he okay? Doctor's like, what the fuck does it look like?
McLovin at ringside.
Try killing the dude. There's CM Punk and his one fan. His just happens to be named Josh
This is a
Houseworth.
J-Pan fan.
But yeah, so there you go, folks. A little something
Wow.
new.
Well,
Have a little fun with.
so send us your best wrestling bloopers.
Yes.
At on Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestling. That was a real spine buster.
Yeah. You know it.
Send us your favorite wrestling bloopers for us to review, and we will. Right here on Pro Wrestling
Could
Throwdown.
be oh my god moments. Try to keep it wrestling. Try to keep
Yeah.
it within 60 seconds.
PWT
please.
reacts. And now that we have picture-in-picture capability, we will probably play a couple of our matches.
Not only our matches, but we can throw up random wrestling matches. We can do several different things. Send us your ideas for that. We'll review them live.
Hell yeah. Great call.
All right, that's all we have for this week. It's
All right,
been
is that
a quick
it?
week, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in.
Let's thank Johnny for the big the
thank
new
you
the
to
new
Big Bad John
graphics.
for the update. for the
Special
freshness.
K, Sweet Tea for helping with everything
Yeah,
else.
buddy.
We're here. We're doing some new stuff.
Yes.
I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope that you pass us along. Drive for 5, folks. Let's get to 500 subscribers
Please.
by SummerSlam.
Help us out,
If we
like
do,
these
we'll do another
streams.
drunken podcast.
Yes.
We might even do an audio podcast. We'll see what we
That'd
can
be
do
fun.
with that. That way we
Um,
can get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
Tell some road stories,
Yeah.
something like that might be fun.
Change some details.
Might
some
even
safety.
try to get a hold of Bull Bronson and have him come over shoot some stories
Hell
too.
yeah.
Brian Richards. We'll see what we can do for
Dalton
you guys
Diamond.
at home.
Might have to change some names.
Yeah.
We'll
for
change
safety.
some to protect the innocent.
But yeah, thank you
I
guys
don't
so
know
much for
about the
tuning in.
innocent.
Be here next week. We'll finish out our selection for NXT Battleground. If anything else is shared, we'll
Yep.
be covering everything that happens this week leading up to that.
And then, of course,
then
we're pushing for the next week. We'll hit Clash of the Castle.
And
And then
Forbidden
2 weeks
Door.
after that,
Yeah.
Forbidden
So
Door.
we got a
So,
lot going on this summer.
it's going to be fun.
Already. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. You can follow us on X at ProWrestlingTV. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok at ProWrestlingThrowdown1. You can also check out streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown or the official Pro Wrestling Throwdown website, ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, where you can access the merch store.
Merch
Don't
store.
forget about our once in a lifetime made merchandise giveaway per donation. And guys, from us to you, as always, keep it in the ring.
Merch store.